I'm Zach.
I'm Drew.
And this
is Oak Tree Dreams.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Oak Tree Dreams. I'm Drew. As we said earlier in the week in our previous hunting video, and if you guys haven't, go head over to our Instagram. It's up in our banner at the top of our channel, and hit that follow button so you can stay up to date on our daily posts. What's going on in the stand, some tips or anything we have to say. We really appreciate it, so you guys can stay up to date. But our big news here at Oak Tree Dreams is we have our very first sponsorship with Nelson Creek Outdoors. They have everything from deer scents to turkey calls. I mean, there's a big variety that they have at Nelson Creek Outdoors. I'll get into it a little bit of that stuff. Also this week, we're going to talk about some rut strategies, because rut's right around the corner. Right now, this weekend's going to be hot for the pre-rut. They're going to be running heavily. It's going to be a great time to be in the woods. Unfortunately, me, Jarrett, and Zach are not going to be able to be in the woods this weekend. I have to work. Jarrett has to work, and my brother's in Platteville, and he's just not coming back, I guess. So, yeah, you guys can give him crap in the comments for that if you want. Just shoot him some messages in the comments. First off, we will start with our sponsorship through Nelson Creek Outdoors. It's the very first time ever using this product, so we're ecstatic to share our results with you guys when the time comes. We haven't been able to get in the woods to be able to start trying them. But you better believe October 30th, when we are out in the woods, we are going to start hitting it hard for the rut and using these scents. First up, which I'm really excited to use, is Maxed Out Rut Mock Scrape Spray. If you go check out Nelson Creek Outdoors on YouTube, he gives you a little background on how to use the product, or his way of using it, and his recycling tips. But this scent is formula of doe and heat and buck urine mixed together for a realistic scrape during the breeding period. When a buck comes through, and you guys know he pees in the scrapes, the doe also will pee in the scrapes to let the bucks know in the area that there's a doe ready to be bred, and whoever can find her first, wins the prize. So, we will definitely be using this. Keep in touch. Like I said, follow our Instagram to see us use these products. We will keep you all up to date on this stuff. Next product is your year-round Maxed Out Mock Scrape. It's deer urine and glands secretions to create a realistic mock scrape. Also, these scents are all synthetic. We've never used synthetic scents before, which we are learning, like we said, on the effectiveness of them. But from what we've seen in other people from Nelson Creek Outdoors, we don't think we're going to have a problem having the monster buck come in, or any buck for that matter. But this is a year-round scrape formula, so from early summer to all the way in January, or just year-round, I guess, if you want to do that. Next thing is Nanny Doe Synthetic Deer Urine. It's a calming scent. It's a more mature doe that's in the area, and it just gives other deer a calming feel, especially younger does. It just calms them down. And the other thing with these synthetic scents, if you guys haven't heard or don't know yet, a lot of states are banning actually real urine being used because of CWD and other things. So a lot of companies are starting to go towards a synthetic route. If you guys didn't know, Code Blue, it's not that great. There's a lot of additives in there. It's not just doe urine. And with these scents, when you smell them, they smell a little bit cleaner, and that's because, if you guys don't know, at deer farms, when the does or bucks pee, it's kind of like a trough system. Well, their deer poop, deer pellets, go down into there, and so it mixes in there, so it has like a dirty smell. These are all supposed to smell as if they came right out from the factory, let's say. Another product which we're ecstatic to use right now, this will be the first thing we use the 30th, is Love Potion number 7. Synthetic doe urine, doe estrus, and buck and rut. This smells amazing. It smells like the real stuff. People say, oh, those bucks will know. Those bucks know real doe pee or doe estrus compared to the fake, but have you ever tried it? Is my question. We've never tried it, but we're going to give it a shot. Because like I said, this smells amazing. I don't know. Like, I'll even pop it open here quick. God, it does. It smells as if you're sniffing right from the source, I guess. Not saying you should, but just saying. Another thing is the Preorbital Licking Branch Gel. This is for on your branches above your scrape. It keeps them attracted to that area. It gives you another edge for your scrapes. And we got Buck and Rut, just buck pee, synthetic buck pee, to use in scrapes as well. Got a pretty cool hat. Repping them. I love hats. I wear hats all the time. So, like I said, go check their website out at Nelson Creek Outdoors, and I'm pretty sure you won't be disappointed. And if you guys are a little skeptical, just stay tuned here on Oak Tree Dreams. We will show you what these products can do. Now, let's get into our 5 rut tactics. First up, get out early and get comfy. Get out there before light to your best rut spot and sit until dark. If you're not comfy and you don't have a comfy stand, you might just not make it all day, especially if you don't have the right clothing on. Your winter wear, but right now in Wisconsin we've had this huge cold front, and we've had beautiful cold weather, and if you don't have the right clothes, no matter how comfy you are in the stand too, you might not make it with the wind. Early morning hunts during the rut can be very successful because the does are coming through, even if they're not in heat, they're coming through, getting away from those bucks from their food sources that they were at during the night. Which brings us into another thing I'll tie into this get out early and get comfy. Hunt funnels and hunt bedding areas. If you're set up where you got an egg field over here, and in between you got a little travel corridor funnel area coming through, and you got your bedding, you put yourself right in between there, and you sit all day, and I guarantee you'll have deer coming left and right from you to find a doe and heat. Whether it's going to be does coming through getting away from the bucks, or bucks coming through, no matter the age, looking for that doe and trying to find the very first one this year. Just like any year. Another thing, if you're lucky enough like we are in one of our spots, which is one of our best rut spots, if you have 2 bedding areas and you can get in between them, and you got a food source down below, which is our food plot, if you can sneak up in there and get up there early in the morning before it's light, and you can sit in there all day, you will see amazing deer traffic through there. Not saying just go out, pick a random tree and what you think's a bedding area. You got to do your homework a little bit, even though it's the rut. But you have a higher chance of seeing a mature buck on his feet through those spots instead of just hunting a field. I honestly, at this point, I'd throw that field out unless it's an evening hunt and you're after the does. And now we're going to get into number 3. Hunt the does. If you can't do anything else, or you can't really scout too much in the area, but you know where the does are, you know where the bucks are then. Does are a big key in being successful during the rut. If you have a doe sanctuary, I'd say, where, it's just a higher population of does, and that's where they kind of congregate. Those bucks know where they're at already. They've been looking since their antlers started growing. Not, aggressive or anything. They just kind of kneel around, in their bachelor groups, kind of getting a little intel for the rut. And the pre-rut is no different. They're going through there. They're checking all their prospects for this fall and just getting ready. Does mainly, they're going to stick a little closer to more thicker areas because they know right now those bucks, especially younger ones, have already been irritating them and getting them a little on edge because they're not ready yet. It's just those younger bucks don't know what's going on, and they know what they're supposed to do, but they don't know a time frame or anything. They're young bucks. They they don't get it. Some are successful in breeding, but most of them are just so hyped up in the action that they can't keep track or don't have that instinct that a mature buck does. If you can hunt one period of the day and you don't have a lot of time to get out, hunt the midday. Between 10 and 1, 10 and 2-ish, you wouldn't believe the mature bucks that are actually on their feet during midday during the rut. It is ridiculous. More than in the morning and more than at night half the time. At least that's our experience. If you get out during midday and you're in like a travel corridor or just a funnel or pinch point, anything like that, you will see quite a few bucks roaming looking for a doe, especially at that beginning of the rut before lockdown when they're in their chasing and seeking phase. It's ridiculous how many mature bucks will be coming through. Next up, we'll talk about calling. Like I said before, here at Oak Tree Dreams, we use Extinguisher by the Deer Society. It's an amazing call. Not sponsored by them or anything. Their call we swear by. It's an amazing call. You could slide all the way up to fawn, middle's doe, and the bottom one you can go to a younger buck or a more mature buck. A couple tactics that's really helped us in the past. Giving a couple doe bleats. Wait a sec. And then you could either go to a young buck, which to us is between 1 and 3-ish, and a more mature buck. And with the mature buck, there's a tending grunt, or when they're following a doe, they kind of give out short bursts like. Kind of like that. And when they catch up to the doe and they're ready to breed her, they give out what we call a breeding grunt. And that grunt has helped us more times than not pulling a mature buck who does not want an intruder to mate any of his does that he has already found. So it kind of is like. And that will set a mature buck in that area on edge and be frantic looking for that younger buck. Or any intruder buck for that matter, not just a young buck. Any intruder buck. Especially if you have out doe estrus and they get a whiff of that, they don't mess around. Especially if you've got a bully buck in the area like this guy. I shot him October 31st, midday, right around noon. I only had 3 hours, or 4 hours really to hunt. Got on the tree stand, gave a couple bleats, did the breeding grunt, and after that, I grabbed my black rack, also from Deer Society, and gave one of those numbers. It was windy that day, so I was a little bit extra loud. It was like 30-mile-an-hour winds. I don't even think I need to do that because he was already on his way. And once I hit that black rack, he came bursting over a log that was down through the thicker brush in the bedding area. Came out all bristled up, ears back, ready for a fight. He got about to 10 yards. I couldn't get my bow back between how cold it was, and I just couldn't. I was in awe. And if Finally, I got the strength, pulled back on him, went, Matt. He stopped, broadside, but his ears were still back. He was licking his nose frantically, trying to find those bucks he heard fighting. And I let the arrow fly, smoked him. He didn't go further than 40 yards with a Rage. I love Rage broadheads. People diss them all the time, but I've never had a bad scenario with Rage. Yes, hunter error. I have shot him in the shoulder and has made us not been able to find him. But other than that, I love Rage broadheads. My wife, soon-to-be wife, shoots G5. She needs cut on contact because she doesn't have that high of poundage. So, and those right now are flying true as can be too. I really hope she can connect on a buck this year. If you guys like this video and it helped you guys or gave you guys some tips on or some strategies to try this during this rut this fall, hit that like button and leave a comment down below. And if you guys have your own tactics, just leave us a comment down below, and we're more than willing to try. We love new tactics to try and anything to give us an edge on these big whitetail bucks. Like I said in the beginning of the video, if you guys haven't already, go hit that subscribe button, and so you guys can stay with us this fall and for future years, chasing these whitetail bucks, turkeys. We do a little bit of fishing, but as of right now, so you guys don't miss out on these fall hunts and to see how great the Nelson Creek Outdoors Lucky 7 buck scents work. And also, like I said, go over to our Instagram. It's up in the banner on our channel page. Click it, hit the follow button so you can stay up to date with daily posts, or almost daily posts. We post quite a bit on there every other day at the least. And we'll be posting quite a bit during our hunts during the rut. Thank you guys for all the support. We seen we're at 212 subscribers here. Or not 212. 222, and that is amazing, guys. Thank you so much. And like I said, we have a giveaway coming up at 250 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much again for all the support. This is just amazing, and thanks to Nelson Creek Outdoors for the sponsorship opportunity. We're extremely grateful, and we cannot wait to use your products out in the woods. As always, I'm Drew with Oak Tree Dreams. And always remember, always shoot for your dreams.